the last 3 months, because of COVID-19, schools have been shut. I hope that these materials that we present today will be beneficial to students in their final year of secondary or high school.
Welcome to this episode of Government for High School, Secondary School and Colleges. Today our topic is Arms of Government. Our topic for today is Arms of Government, and our subtopic is the Executive Arm of Government. Under this topic today, our learning objectives are: 1. Define the arms of government. 2. Mention the arms of government. 3. Explain the executive arm of government. Introduction. Arms of government, otherwise known as organs of government, are the 3 institutions that is made up of government in the state or a country, otherwise known as organs of government. The 3 institutions, as I said earlier, called the arms of government, they are: 1. The executive arm of government. 2. The legislative arm of government. 3. The judicial arm of government. But our subtopic is going to be based on the executive arm of government. Now, the executive arm of government. The executive arm of government, or the executive, can be defined as the organ of government responsible for the formulation of policies and implementation of laws to ensure peace, order, and tranquility in the state. It is responsible for implementing a country's laws and administration of its functions. Now, the composition of the executive. Executive is made up of many components. 1. The executive president. The executive president exists in presidential system of government, where the president has both the powers of head of state and head of government under presidential system of government. Therefore, is regarded as executive. 2. The prime minister. Under parliamentary or cabinet system of government, we have a prime minister who is nominated, not elected, nominated from the party that win majority seats. Example of this is United Kingdom. Example of presidential or executive president: United States of America, Nigeria, Canada, Australia. The prime minister exists alongside with the president, who is a ceremonial figure. The president is the head of state, while the prime minister is the head of government. 3. The executive governor. The head of a state in a country is called the executive governor. He is also a composition of the executive. 4. The national cabinet, that is the group of ministers. They are also under executive. 5. The state cabinet. The state cabinet composed of commissioners at the state level for a country that exercise federalism or federal system of government. They are also part of the executive. 6. Advisors to the executive. All advisors to the president, to the governor, to the chairman of local government are all under executive, or therefore they are compositions of the executive. 7. The head of department. All head of department, such as permanent secretaries, are all under executive. The managers, the managing directors of government units are all part of or composition of executive. The civil service. All civil servants are under the executive arm of government. 10. The law enforcement agencies, such as the police, the military, the civil defense, the Nigerian Immigration Service, all are under executive arm of government. Now, the types of executives. 1. Cabinet system executive. Like I said earlier, the cabinet system executive, talking about parliamentary system executive, where exists the executive president and the prime minister. The prime minister, who exercises the real executive powers, while the president, who is a rubber stamp, who has ceremonial powers. 2. Presidential system executive, where we have a president who is both the head of state and the head of government. Unitary system executive. Unitary state is a state that has all the powers of government is in the hands of a central authority. The executive at the center has absolute power to rule the affairs of a state. 4. Confederal system of government, otherwise known as loose federation. Now, the functions of the executive. There are many functions of executive, but for the purpose of our lesson, we are going to observe 7. 1. The functions of executive is to implement law, that is implementation of laws. The laws made by legislative can be implemented by the executive and interpreted by the judiciary. 2. Approval of bills. All bills are proposed laws. Many can initiate bills. Bills initiated by the legislator is subjected to approval by the president after he appends his assent. So it's a duty bound on the executive to assent bills, so the approval of bills. 3. Initiation of bill. Executive has powers to initiate bills. 4. Maintenance of law and order through their law enforcement agencies like the police. 5. Presentation of budget. It's a duty bound on the executive to prepare annual budget which will be presented for approval or scrutiny to the Legislative Assembly. 6. Delegation of legislation. Powers can be delegated by the executive to other component unit of government. 7. Appointment of judges. It's a duty bound on the executive to appoint judges to the various judicial offices. Now, evaluation guide for you. 1. Define the arms of government. 2. Mention the arms of government. 3. Explain the executive arm of government. Thank you for following our programs. We'll see you in the next episode. Stay safe.